I went to cosmetology school 17 years ago, and people are always surprised when I tell them I never pursued it. So let's go back. What persuaded me to go to cosmetology school? So, years ago, I was on YouTube, like others, doing hair and makeup, you know, learning as I go, getting the big packs of uh, eyeshadows and doing my own hair and stuff. And then my stepfather, may he rest in peace, said, "Why don't I go to cosmetology school?" I wasn't doing nothing at the time, and I was like, I'll look into it. Sure enough, I went. I went. So, like I said, I've always liked makeup. Not, I wasn't too big in makeup. I like doing makeup, creating, looks and just getting them eyeshadow palettes. But hair was my thing. And I always had like a creative side to me. I used to like draw and stuff back then. But yeah. So when I went to cosmetology school, I want to say I was about 24 years old, maybe. Yeah. I wasn't the oldest in my class, but I wasn't the youngest. Like, it was maybe like a handful of older people, and I was like right there with them, and everybody else was like 18, 19, 20. I felt old, like just being there, like, what am I doing? But I wasn't old now that I think back at it. At that time that I went to school, like I said, I wasn't doing anything. I had moved to Atlanta from New York maybe like 3, 4 years ago. Well, before I went to school. So, like, I didn't have no friends, no nothing. I didn't go to high school here. I moved when I was like 2021. So, yeah, I went to school about 24, maybe even 25, somewhere around there. Yeah. So, I don't know if you know, but like moving to a whole nother city, state, whatever, and you're not in school. So you're trying to, learn your way, make friends, and then it was just hard. So thank goodness I went to school and I did make friends. But yeah, I wasn't doing nothing. I was in figuring myself out stage in life, honestly. What I thought my career would look like, or like just after school with my license, I thought I would be in a salon. I thought I would be in a salon, doing hair and stuff. But honestly, I actually didn't think that. Like, I thought so, but then I didn't think it. And I think more into school, when I did more, I learned more about like the Atlanta area back in that time. Girl, coming from New York City, all about like blowouts, doobies, that stuff, braids, whatever, and like quick weaves a little bit back in that time. Coming to Atlanta, the wigs, the weave sewings, all that, it was big and popping. And in school, that was like a brief subject category, whatever you want to call it, where we did a sewing on our baby dolls, like our mannequins. We call it big doll, whatever. Mannequins had, and it was just like, okay, stitch it, whatever. They didn't teach us no like, techniques on how to stitch, what's the best way. And back then, back in like 2002, whatever, it wasn't a lot, but then it was enough in Atlanta. Like, if you know, Atlanta was like the poppin' place. Everybody was getting it. And that's when I did feel a little intimidated, a lot intimidated, because I was like, one, they didn't teach us. Two, I wasn't doing it on myself. The girls that I was in the class with, they was doing it on themselves, each other's quick sewings, not really wigs, quick weaves and definitely sew-ins. And I was like, I don't know. And then when I felt when I got out of school, it wasn't going to be me. Like I really got in my own thoughts, if you want to say, and I just figured like it wouldn't be my place. Like I just wanted to do natural hair, like what we learned in school. Not everything, but the basics. Not like perm rods and all. We learned all that, but I didn't want to do like perm rods. Not even relaxers. Like we did a lot of relaxers. Like oh my gosh, relaxers and roller sets, hands down. And I was good at roller sets, fast and good at roller sets. I don't know about now, but definitely. And that's where I wanted to be. And at that time, it wasn't a big community of people wanting roller sets. It happened after with the whole trend of, everybody going natural and stuff. That's another subject. But yeah, when I got out of school, mm-mm. Speaking about what I learned in school, so we had this big textbook. The first year, not the first year, the first semester, we was in a classroom, just classroom, learning the books, and doing like just washes. Like we learned, hot like warm water when you wash, and when you finish after the condition, you're supposed to use cool water. We learned that in the tech tech part of it. Oh my gosh. And then the other semesters, we was actually hands on. No, we wasn't we hands on. I think the second semester we was in the shop, but we wasn't doing clients' hair. Yeah, we was working on our mannequins. Like it was just mannequins, to the point where we got tired of mannequins. Like we had like 3, 4 mannequins. We would do roller sets, flat irons, curls, braids, had to present things. That was just the hair part of it. So going to school, it was a master cosmetologist license we was going to be working for. So we had to learn nails, all about facials, effleurage. It was I don't remember half of it, but like microderming and all that. We had to practice that. The business aspect of it, uh, massages. It was something else. Waxing, not like body waxing, but like um, chin and underarm and stuff. We didn't do no Brazilian waxes, but esthetician was under it. Once you get a master cosmetologist license, you could do anything. It was hair, nails, skin, barbering. We learned briefly about how to do that. At one point, I even wanted to just say, "Okay, I'm gonna do guys' hair. Let me be the female that do guys' hair." That didn't work out. I didn't even try to pursue it. The stuff that we learned, I wasn't expecting to learn all of that. Like I didn't know what to expect because I never. My aunt was a cosmetologist, but I didn't see what she went to school for. So I just thought it was hair. When I learned we was doing nails and all that, I was like, oh, okay. And then after our second semester, that's when we started having live clients. Like we had to bring somebody in, and then people would just come to the school to get like cheap services. I'm talking about like $1, $5 to do like a perm or something. It was crazy. I think I still have the price list of the school. Like we had a separate door. If anybody wanted to come in, they would come and get salon services, and it was dirt cheap because we were still learning. We had our teachers supervise us. People would get microderms for like $5. It was crazy. Like, I, and when I got out of school, I told myself if I wanted like a perm or just a roller set or just treat myself, I would go to the school because it was dirt cheap. I don't know what the prices are now. I need to look, like I said, crazy. And then what I still use today, what I learned, the water technique, the blowouts. I'm good at blowouts, flat irons. I could basically do any and everything if I want to because I still remember it. And even to this day, that I had my license for 16 years and never used it, I still did the continuing education courses just to keep my license active, to always have it in my back pocket. So the stuff that I use today, makeup, I don't do make. That was the other thing, makeup. I don't do makeup. We had to like put makeup on each other, and I was the one in class back on YouTube, the only one in class that would come with like full blown. It was mainly eyeshadow. I didn't really do a lot of foundation stuff. It was like designs on the eyes. Like I'm gonna insert some pictures of the makeup that I would do. Crazy, crazy. Oh my gosh. Memory lane. What cosmetology prepares you for and what it doesn't. It prepares you for the basic stuff. Like I said, it didn't prepare us for weaves, sewings, quick weaves, really braiding. Like we learned how to do box braid with extensions and cornrows, but it wasn't like deep into it, like perming and cutting and um, curling. Like, we did that so freaking much, learning how to cut different, all that. Like, even when I see like people on YouTube or TikTok, stylists, and they cut in hair, and the client's head isn't straight, I'm like, it's supposed to be straight. If it's not straight, then that's not a. Yeah, to this day I look at things like that. Like I don't know what type of cut they want, but when a person puts their head down, it ain't an even cut. um, but yeah, I wish they would go a little more deep into certain stuff. Maybe they do now. It's been 16, 17 years. Maybe they do now, like keeping up with the times. But yeah, back then they didn't at all. So now I'm all over the place. But now just skipping forward to like now, I'm on more on TikTok, doing my own hair. I do less than a handful of people's hair, but I definitely do my hair. Have always done my hair for years, even before school. When I was living in New York, I was doing my own coloring and everything. You couldn't tell me nothing. But like I said, now that I do it on TikTok, I get a lot of comments. I get a lot of comments, period, positive and negative. But the comments that I want to talk about is the ones who, oh, I can't do that, or um, where you located, not knowing that I don't do hair like that. Um, your hair's, pretty. I wish my hair is like yours. And it was one comment recently that they said something, and I was like, oh, I want to get back in the shop. Not back, but I want to get in the shop. I've never been in the shop. Okay, rewind. The only time I was in the shop was during in school. We had to get either we had to get more hands on, or it was about to be the end of school, and it was like, oh, we have jar placements, and I think that was like a jar placement, and I was like the uh was I the wash girl? I think I was the wash girl and the blow dryer. And I remember the lady who owned the salon. She was like, "It's not dry. You gotta stop, make sure it's dry." And I kept that now even to this day. When you think it's dry, stop, turn it off, filling it. It's probably not dry. But yeah, she got on me about that, and then I had the full towels, and it was just like it was quick, fast. It was right out of school or right about to be out of school, and I was like, "Yo, this is too much. This is too much." But with the TikTok person, it made me look recently, 2 weeks ago, into a salon suite here in Atlanta, Georgia, just to do appointment only clients. And this is the first time that I'm actually saying it out loud. It's a thought. I don't know. I still have a passion for it, and I still not want to be save everybody, but I do genuinely want to do people's hair and just show them like you can wear your natural hair, like you can wear a silk press. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be on my feet all day. I don't want to have appointments all day. I got feet and back issues. But it's a thought. We'll see. Maybe if I get people to say that they're interested here on YouTube and maybe even TikTok, like would y'all fly into Atlanta? You know, come see me, have an appointment, I'll do your hair, what up, we chop it up. I don't know. So yeah, even to this day, close family and friends, they still ask like why I never pursued it. Plain and simple, I got nervous. I got intimidated about the Atlanta people and doing quick weaves and sew-ins. But now, more people are doing their natural hair. So who knows? With all that being said, I just want to say just because you don't pursue something right away doesn't mean it wasn't meant for you, I guess. And even, like I said, I looked at the salon suite and she hit me up yesterday, like, oh, we have a Valentine's Day special. Come on in, get this week's free and all this. I told her I'm gonna hold off. Not because I'm nervous, a little bit, but I have a lot of other stuff going on. And if I was to do it, it will definitely be appointment only. I don't know. But yeah, just to end it off, did you ever go to school and not pursue what you went to school for? I know I'm not the only one. And then lastly, for those of y'all who are thinking about going to cosmetology school, if you have any questions, maybe I cannot answer them. Maybe I know some stuff still. I'll be happy to answer. Yeah. It's crazy how, like I said, I was doing hair before school, but it's crazy how YouTube was a big influence for me going to school. And even to this day, back then also, when everybody was doing hair, I was like, wow, I actually went to school to learn more how to do hair. That's how involved I was. But thank you for watching. I know this thing is all over the place.